Hello, I thought I'd make a quick vlog. And I am not wearing I haven't been wearing makeup in the last few days. So I apologize once again for not looking presentable, but I've made the vlogs late at night and I've been ready for bed. So that's why. Anyway, I just wanted to pop in again and say that, once again, I'm just saying, I know that the things I say are controversial. I know that I probably have tons and tons of enemies. Well, I have tons and tons of enemies that are involved with magic and devil worship. But other than that, I'm sure I've made some enemies by the things I've said. But I have to say what I have to say. I have things on my mind and I have to say them. So, today I just want to go back to women and sexuality. I think I've said so much about it. I've said so much about it that I'm just going to say a few more things. And that is that, first of all, before I talk about sexuality, I just want to talk about really what the kind of men they're trying to say are the men you have to be with. For example, I just watched According to Jim. I don't know why I was watching it, but I watched it. And Jim was constantly lying to his wife and up to something behind her back. And then she would find out. She'd get upset, but then she forgave him. Well, all well and good because whatever, it's a marriage and maybe you accept your partner. But they talked about in one episode, um, Jim's ex girlfriend showed up for dinner, and it turned out that he had proposed to her. And the way he did it was very romantic in a horse and carriage with someone to sing to them and to serenade them. And 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 he gave his wife the engagement ring that he was going to use for his ex-girlfriend. Okay, so first of all, why is the ex-girlfriend at dinner? And secondly, she told that story. But here's how he proposed to his wife. He dumped beer on her head and then was drunk and proposed to her uh, that night after he dumped beer in her head. Okay, so I'm just saying these are subtle things. Like, it's okay that a guy dumps beer on your head. You're gonna accept that? And then a marriage proposal after that? And then years later you find out, I mean, you're already married, so stay married, whatever. But years later you find out that he proposed to someone else in a horse and carriage? Really? And very romantically? Hmm. Very, very upsetting things. But why would you be with someone who pours beer over your head? Why? Why? You don't want a jerk. Trust me, you don't want a jerk. You want a guy who's going to have your back, who's going to be nice to you and respect you. Not just pour beer over your head. So I just thought I'd mention that. And then also, I think I've mentioned some of the relationships I've seen in the movies. I think there was one movie, I don't remember her name. Goldie Hawn's daughter. She played in a lot of movies. She really did. And she was, uh, somebody set her up with a guy who was supposed to teach women a lesson or something like that. And he showed up to her on the first date, and they got in the car, and he was playing a disgusting song, a really disgusting song. And she's like, "Oh, I love this song," and she's singing along to it. And then she wanted to keep seeing him after he was a total jerk to her. And throughout the movie, she kept trying to get him back, trying to be with him, and he kept acting like a jerk to her because he was a jerk. And, you know, I guess in one big, big scene, he showed up to someone's wedding, someone on her side, like a sister or someone's wedding. And he caused a huge scene by telling her off. And she still wanted him after that. So, what is Hollywood trying to say? What kind of men does Hollywood want you to have? I don't know. I mean, not good men. But I'll tell you, I want everyone to have a happy, happy relationship with a good women with good men and men with good women. So, I can't really speak for men too much because I don't know that much about men. I don't. I really don't. I know that, well, I've already said what I know, but anyway, men should look for a good woman too. Okay, let's say that. You know, don't just go for looks. Look for depth of personality, kindness, gentleness, and someone who's going to be there for you. Same thing with women. Look for that. Look for that. Don't look for the jerk just because he's good looking. You know, these good looking guys, not all of them, but some good looking guys get so many women after them that it goes to their head. Probably not their fault, but it goes to their head, and then they start using women. You know? I mean, you know, I do know that men are men, you know? So you can't put too much temptation in front of them if they're not solid with God, with Jesus, you know? So, just saying that. And a good, happy, healthy relationship that is mutually respectful and you guys get along really well. That's what I wish for people. Not, I wish that a woman goes after the wrong guy or a guy who's going to treat him like dirt. I don't wish that on people like Hollywood does. I don't wish that on people. So that's what I'm saying about that. And so I just have to be brave and say the things I have to say, you know? And then, I don't like Tina Fey. I don't like her movies. I think she is crass. I think she is vulgar. And, I already mentioned one of her movies where just a preview where she's with a friend or a sister who is Amy Poehler, and they're on a summer vacation, I think. And in the preview, just in the preview, Amy Poehler gets together with a guy, and they're doing it, and she pours wax on his chest on the first night or whatever. Why would you pour wax on someone's chest in the first place? But in the second place, if you did do that kind of stuff, why would you do it on when you don't even know the guy? Why? And so, you know, Tina Fey, I was just looking and I saw a feed about Tina Fey, and Tina Fey's daughter is doing a show or something called The Butt Diaries, Butt. Butt Diaries? Okay. Or The Butt Show? Something like that. Okay. Why? Why? So it's just more and more sex, more and more sexual content being thrown at people with the wrong messages. Lots of wrong messages. And really, I think for women out there and for men, it's time to take a break. You know, for women, I'm going to address the women because men, I'll have to have someone, okay, I'll speak for them too in a minute because I have help. But when it comes to women, I think it's time that women take a break. It's so hard to get rejected over and over and over again. And let me tell you something, that's going to happen to you if you are sleeping around and thinking that's going to get you a man. You'll get rejected over and over. And yeah, some guys might date you, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not. It's rare. But if you're sleeping around and sleeping around and sleeping around and just guy after guy thinking you're going to get a relationship out of it, you're wrong. You're wrong. And you get hurt feelings and you get, I mean, how many of the women out there have, or young women, have, been so anxious the night after they've been with a guy and been anxious the whole day waiting for him to call? Hmm? And just anxious and waiting for him to call and waiting for him to call until they finally call, and then the guy kind of blows them off and, it's like whatever, you know? All the hurt feelings, all the humiliation, you know? I think it's time that women give themselves a break. And take a break, wear modest clothing, nice modest clothing, not, uh, not, well, nice modest clothing, I mean, you don't have to dress like, very seductively to look good, to be appealing. You don't need to dress that way. Okay? You can dress in normal clothing and you can still look appealing. Okay? So I'm just saying, and it's time to give yourself a rest. I'm not saying don't stop wearing the heels and stop putting makeup. I'm not saying that. Don't stop putting makeup on. Don't stop wearing the heels. Don't stop doing that. I'm just saying take a break. Take a break. Sit back and think to yourself, do I really want to sleep around? Or do I really want to just sleep with a guy just because he says he's my boyfriend right away? Hmm. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. And just sit back and realize that how many billions of people are on the planet? The last I heard it was 7.5 billion. It may be more than that, like 8 billion now or something like that. 8 billion people on the planet, if I have that right. I don't know if I have it right. 8 billion people on the planet. And you think you're not going to find Mr. Right? You will. There's someone for everyone. There is someone for everyone. Be patient. Be patient. Pray to Jesus, even. But be patient. If you don't pray, then just be patient. Sure, go out on dates. But, safe dates where you're not going to be sleeping with the guy or in a situation where the guy's going to try to do something. I said don't let the guy come over. I said that about that song, but I think I sent out the wrong message. I mean, you don't want guys to come over and when you don't even know them, I mean, if your family's there, okay. If someone's there with you, okay. But by yourself, don't be by yourself with a guy. Don't. That was my mistake. Anyway, but go ahead and date and find out if what guy is interested in you is good for you. But pay attention, you know? Pay attention. Does he have a short temper? Is he gonna be a jerk to you? Does he jerk you around? Does he play games? Or is he gonna be like a soft pillow to fall on when you're married? Everybody needs a safe place and a soft place to fall when they're married. Their spouse has to be the one they turn to with well, Jesus has to be the first one, but then their spouse has to be the one they turn to with problems. You know? Their spouse should be the one. A soft, comfortable pillow. A soft, comfortable pillow that you can lay your head on, and your spouse will be the one who helps you out with your problems, because your spouse will try to understand you. Will understand you, but then try to understand your problems. So I just wanted to leave it at that. And for the men, you know, you don't want to go looking only for looks. You don't. You know, like I said before, I had so many beautiful friends. I really did. When I was in my 30s, they were all like the standard beauty. 5'9" or taller, with perfect bodies and beautiful faces, nice haircuts. They dressed well, and they had good jobs. So, I mean, they were like, on paper, they were really good catches, you know? Really good catches. Uh, but when you got to know them, they were really ugly on the inside. Really ugly people, you know? Just they had their ways, and they weren't kind, they weren't gentle, and I saw them like abuse men, like not abuse them physically or sexually, but just abuse them, by using them or treating them poorly. And the poor men were so taken by their beauty that they accepted it. Excuse me. They accepted it, you know? And you don't want that. Just because you want the hottest woman and you can walk her around and brag about her and say, this is mine. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. But I say don't do it. I say look for the one who's going to be the one who's going to be a good mother, who's going to be a good wife, and be there for you and respects you. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And for men, you know, maybe it's time for men to stop sleeping around too. You know, to take a break from that. I don't know what happened, so I have somebody helping me, but I don't know if they're going to tell me. Okay, so men, stop sleeping around. Give yourself a break. Take a break from that. Look around, and try to find the right woman. And try to wait. Try to wait so that when you are married, it is special. It's special. Yes. So that it's special between you and your wife. You know? Try to wait. Try to save yourself. You know? Try to take a break. I mean, it gets tiring. It gets tiring I'm hearing from other people. I'm not saying this. It gets tiring to just sleep around and just it's empty and you don't like the women and the women, obsess over you and then you got to get rid of them and you're just using them for sex, a quick temporary fix and and you don't really I mean it's quick and temporary and that's all you get out of it. Oh, okay. And you get the memories. You get the memories and you get to brag about it. But do you really want to be the one to destroy women all the time by bragging about what they're like in bed? That makes you a jerk. That doesn't make you cool. It makes you a jerk. It makes you a jerk. So just keep that in mind. It might be time for you to say, I don't want cheap, meaningless sex anymore. I want to wait until I find the right woman and then wait. Nothing wrong with waiting till you're married. Take a break. Take a break. And I got help with that from someone. I did not come up with that by myself because I couldn't. I don't know men that well. So that's what I wanted to say for men. With help. That's what we wanted to say for men. Um, and we also wanted to say that for women too. Okay, so everyone agrees. So I just wanted to say that. Um, my journey through life has been wrought with trauma and sorrow and heartbreak and betrayal and you name it. I mean, I've had so many terrible things happen to me and just trauma after trauma. And for so long, I was miserable and I was really hurting and I was a mess. I was a mess. I was a mess, like a train wreck, you know. I was a train wreck. And but my faith in Jesus and praying, I mean, they got me through. They got me through. I'm not the same person I was. I truly am a changed woman. I am a changed woman. I'm so different. Anyways, I'm a changed woman. So, my mother talks in her sleep, so I just had to stop and see what she was saying. But yeah, so, the it, God's love is so Jesus' love is so transformative. It really does transform you. And once again, I'm looking at myself in this camera, and I see, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm about to go to bed, and that's why I don't have makeup on. But I'll have to put makeup on. I'll just have to make the sacrifice because you don't need to look at this, okay? You should look at something that is presentable. All right, so I just wanted to say that. Um, but yeah. So when it comes to men, just think. Just think about how you're hurting women. I know you don't care. I know I'm going to say a bad word right now, but I'm just going to say it because it's relevant to what I'm talking about. I knew guys in college, and they were just people I knew, and they would call themselves the bitch masters. The bitch masters. Because they wanted, or they would say, oh yeah, that bitch. That's how they talked about women. They didn't say, oh yeah, that they were college, so they could have said, oh yeah, that girl, or yeah, oh yeah, that girl is really what they would have said for college. Oh yeah, that girl. Um, or that woman. They may have said woman too, because you're over 18 and everything. But yeah, so oh yeah, that woman. But no, they said, oh yeah, that bitch. that I had that bitch, or that bitch was, crying because I didn't want to date her after I did whatever, that bitch. Do you really want to be that guy? Do you want to be that guy that treats women that way? That hurts women? Even if you're not that bad, as long as if you're just sleeping with women because you just want to sleep with them and you want nothing in return and you don't want to be with them afterwards, you're hurting the woman. You're hurting her. And then you compound it by talking about her behind her back. That's hurtful. And like I said, I already said it doesn't make you cool. It doesn't make you cool. It makes you a total jerk. It makes you a total jerk. And sooner or later, women will know about you and stop going near you because you'll get the reputation, and and women will be like, nope, don't go near that guy. Okay. Anyway, I think I've said enough. So I'm going to end this vlog now, and I'm going to say I hope everybody watching has a great day tomorrow and things go your way. All right, bye.